Hey brothers and sisters, Steve Monette here with another video in my Bible Prophecy Bites series where we look at Bible scripture, history, and current events that all point to the soon return of Jesus Christ. So for today's video, I'm going to talk about the Trump peace plan, which is one of my favorite subjects to talk about because it is the gift that just keeps on giving. As you saw, many of you may have seen in my community post within the past couple of hours, today being the 3rd of September. Time is now about 6:15 Eastern Standard Time. Times of Israel released a breaking news article where Benjamin Netanyahu was quoted as saying the Trump peace plan will likely be released, quote, immediately after the Israeli elections, which we all know is going to be on September 17th. So that was really interesting to say the least. And once you read the article, which I will include in the description box, or at least a link to the description box, you will clearly see that I think Netanyahu is using this peace plan to, shall we say, influence the elections and to try and get people to vote for him because he is going to be the best person to manage any and all negotiations with the Palestinians that may come up as a result of this peace plan. But be as it may, what's really important here is that he is stating that it's going to be released immediately, and that was a direct quote, after the elections, and we're also hearing the same thing from President Trump, okay? So finally, after all this time, I think we're working on, a couple of years now, it looks like that we are going to see this released. And what's really interesting to me about this is the timing of it, as you can imagine, because it looks like it's going to be released within days of the Sanhedrin holding a meeting with 70 nations where they intend to renew their commitment to the Noahide laws. And according to Breaking Israeli News, they also intend on offering an animal sacrifice during this time. And that's supposed to happen on the 27th of September as well. So, yeah, that's really interesting timing as well. And, of course, there's a third thing is, we've already spoken briefly about the Israeli elections and what the outcome proves could prove or disprove the prophecy of Enoch of the 70 shepherds. And if you get a chance to look into that, do so, because Netanyahu is the 70th shepherd of Israel and could be the last. And Netanyahu has also been predicted by a few rabbis to be the one who will hand the keys of Jerusalem to Messiah. So that's going to be really interesting. So all of these things are converging here in the month of September. And, of course, we have all of the fall feast days as well that are occurring just about in that time frame. Again, these are exciting times, to say the least. I can remember my grandfather. My grandfather was very active in teaching Bible prophecy in the 70s. And my grandfather and people during his time that were doing that would probably have to wait 5 years, in between major prophetic events to occur. Whereas today, literally, we can only wait 5 hours and, something changes. But anyway, I want to talk about one other quick thing first, too, is that I've seen a lot of people send me comments and others have made videos regarding Hurricane Dorian and whether or not it has any bearing on the announcement by Trump that he was going to be releasing the peace plan. And the answer is that I don't think they're related at all. And the reason for that, it just does not fit the pattern of the past judgments that we've seen over the past, going back to the 90s, really. All previous judgments that were related to this peace plan were basically happening within 48 hours after the event happened relative to the peace plan. In this case, Hurricane Dorian is number one. It's really hugging off the coast of the U.S. It just doesn't fit the pattern in any way, shape, or form at this time. Further, whenever there was one of those judgments that did hit the USA, it was accompanied by large loss of life and large loss of property. And again, as I said, it usually happened within 48 hours after the peace plan event was revealed. That's not the case in this point at all. So I really don't see Hurricane Dorian as being related to this. And quite frankly, I think there's been enough warnings that the Lord has given us already. And what's next is going to be pure judgment, plain and simple. Um, it's not going to be fun. It's not going to be fun at all. And as our brother James Smith likes to say, is when that peace plan is released, look out, it's coming. And I have to agree with him 100%. So again, I just don't see Hurricane Dorian as being a part of this peace plan issue. Okay, so in any event, when it does get released, yeah, I think you're going to see something very catastrophic hit the USA, and I don't think there's going to be any question in anybody's mind if it's related or not. So with that, brothers and sisters, 6-minute update. Lots and lots of stuff happening in the month of September. And I think one of our watchmen, I think it was Chooch maybe, said, will this be a September to remember? Sure looks that way, doesn't it? So, brothers and sisters, keep looking up, for our redemption draws near. Thanks for watching.